Kim always dreamt of ruling all of Korea, and now he was trying to achieve that ambition.
North Koreans were extremely well trained. They were extremely well organized, and they were tremendously motivated. They were there to make the fatherland look better, and they did.
But he had badly underestimated the military might of the Americans and their willingness to use it.
The free nations have learned the fateful lesson of the 1930s. That lesson is that aggression must be met firmly.
The United States hit back mercilessly.
During the Korean War, 200,000 people lived in Pyongyang, the North Korean capital. U.S. bombers dropped 200,000 bombs on the city. One for every person there.
Every city was a collection of chimneys. I don't know why houses collapsed and chimneys did not, but I saw thousands of chimneys, and that was all.
Kim's dream of reuniting Korea was in tatters. In a war that lasted 3 years, his country was flattened. More than 1 million North Koreans were dead, and he'd gained nothing. In 1953, Stalin, the man who had put him in the job, died. Having lost the Korean War and his benefactor, Kim felt vulnerable. His next move was to start a program of controlling his people, the like of which the world had never seen.
One of the best ways of dealing with criticism is to get rid of the critics. And there were 2 ways of getting rid of the critics. One was to kill them, and one was to put them into the gulag. The degree of ruthlessness of Kim Il-sung was quite extraordinary. He developed a kind of caste system called the Songban, which had 3 basic divisions: those who were loyal, those who were wavering, and those who were hostile. And anyone identified as hostile, including even having an uncle or a grandfather who was disloyal, would lead to all of the extended family being sent to the gulag.
그래서 연좌제에 의해서 저희는 3대가 북한에 강제 수용소에 끌려갔는데 저희 아버지, 저희 삼촌, 저희 여동생, 그리고 저를 포함해서 5명이 제가 9살부터 19살까지 약 한 10년 동안 그 수용소 생활을 하게 됐습니다. 그러니까 저희 할아버지도 어떤 죄인지는 지금까지도 알 수 없지만 3년 버틴다는 말이 있어요. 그러니까 3개월 안에 사람들이 다 굶어 죽거나 영양실조가 와서 죽게 되는데 그리고 매장하러 가게 되면 옥수수 국수를 또 줘요, 한 끼.
Hundreds of thousands were subjected to this. In effect, he went through a purification of Korean society.
And so by the start of the 1960s, Kim had a grip on the North Korean people. And if you looked at the Korean peninsula as a whole, it was as if a giant psychology experiment was unfolding. In the North, communism, a planned economy, Soviet-style dictatorship. In the South, capitalism, free markets, and American influence. In the first few years, the North's organization and planning looked like it was working. Some even defected from the South to the North. But as the South started to prosper, it would become painfully obvious which system was making people richer. While President Johnson visited the South, Kim was plotting his next move.
The key ingredients of dictators are paranoia, no capacity for empathy, and a willingness to use whatever aggression is necessary to accomplish one's goals.
Kim believed that the South Korean people were desperate to be liberated, and given the opportunity, would rise up and support him. So he hatched a plan to kill the president of South Korea.